All right, so let's get this straight. Because this is ridiculous and this kind of thing needs to stop. Ryan Coogler, the Black Panther director, basically, from what I understand, goes into the bank. I would be discreet. He wants to be discreet about a withdrawal. Now, excuse me as I feed my cat. He decides, he gives her a withdrawal slip, puts a note on the back saying, he wants $12,000. Um, and, could you please be discreet about it? Okay, so far, mysterious, right? He filled out a withdrawal slip. Then hands her his debit card, or puts in the debit card, puts in this PIN, gives her the ID. Now, every time she asked him a question, he was like, just refer to the note. Just refer to the note. In this note, it says, I want to withdraw $12,000 from my checking account. He has now used the debit card. He's used the PIN. He's given her his ID. Now, she goes and says, I need to go to talk to the manager. She doesn't verify him. She doesn't verify a single piece of information. She doesn't ask him, hey, could you pull down your mask so I can see your face real quick? To match the ID. Nothing. She goes straight to her manager, says she doesn't feel comfortable. And maybe she called the police. Then the manager goes, yes, you should call the police. Because of this. Now, when you hear the dispatch call, she's like, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. The person goes, is he a white man, a black man? Dispatcher. Does he have a weapon? I don't know. That's what she says. Then she goes, okay, maybe he just wants to be discreet. Since, because she even asked, she's like, did you verify him? She's like, no, I just felt uncomfortable. So because she felt uncomfortable, and the manager, instead of looking, checking, or anything, nobody checks anything. You see a black guy asking for money, doesn't want a note, tries to be discreet. I don't care where you're at. I'm not going to sit there and be like, yo, tell everybody it's 12 G's. No, he's like, can you count it discreetly? Can you, do this? Here's my stuff. Here's your debit card, everything. Here's my PIN number, which is normal procedure. Here's my ID, which is normal procedure. He doesn't want you to just put it out in front of everybody. You don't want to walk out of that place and people go, I saw you pulled out 12 G's. So what ends up happening is that even the dispatcher goes, maybe he's just trying to be discreet, but I have police en route. The police come, and you immediately see an image I grabbed here. One, the camera, the angle that I have it from, this guy actually pulls out his weapon. And then you also see the other cop behind him pulls out his weapon. Now, the way things have gone on lately in the world of United States and police officers and black men, whether you want to go, it's liberal bull, blah, 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 blah. Shut up. This is a thing that happens. See, I'm tired of people using their emotions. Get over your emotions. Let's look at the facts. The facts are that a lot of times when a police officer is dealing with a black person or a black male in some form of a situation, as of late, you see a lot of videos where they start to unload clips. So, he was complying, yet the officers both felt compelled to pull out their weapons. You can go watch the video yourself. The police body cam footage. He's clearly complying. Thing that people always say, he's complying. Yet they felt the need to pull out their weapons. To then in turn, everyone is now embarrassed because he is mistaken to rob a bank because honestly, what she didn't like was the fact that he talked to her, he was curt. He talked to her very directly. He didn't put his emotions behind it. He's like, refer to the note. Just refer to the note. Basically, stop yapping your flapping your gums. Do what I tell you to do, which is your job. Your job is to get me my money in my own account. Now, it's different if I'm trying to take it from somebody else's account or whatever. I have put in my PIN number. I have put in my card. I gave you my ID. I put this note on a withdrawal slip. All of this is what? Suspicious activity? Now, it could also be black. I don't know. Maybe that's a factor that comes into play too. His skin tone was wrong that day on the wrong one. Now, if I was Ryan, I would raise all types of hell. I would sue that bank, then turn around and make sure both the manager and that girl got fired, because that could have been Ryan Coogler's last day on this earth. Because your feelings got hurt. Because he talked to you like an adult and wasn't trying to give you the whammy-pamby, oh, let's be friends. He's like, I'm trying to do what I gotta do, let's go. Like, you're feeling strange about what? He gave you the proper ID. He had the debit card and he had the PIN number. And if you want to go, oh, what about, maybe she thought he stole the identity. Okay, can you lower your mask and raise your sunglasses, please? Boom. Look at the ID. Yep, that's you. Done. That bank needs to be sued. Those people need to be fired. And here's the other sad part. If those cops would have said, you know what? I think today Wakanda Forever is going to just end your life. You ain't going to be here forever. Those cops would have got off. Because they are responding to what she perceived as a threat. Because somebody, once again, in this everybody has to have a trophy society, a participation trophy, the people are not being taught that you can't put your emotions in everything. You need to be an adult. Sometimes people have a bad day. Sometimes you have a bad day. You need to take your emotions and leave them at the door when you come into that job. You're going to be dealing with people and all their stuff. And your job is to facilitate, hold people's money, and when they need to get that cash for whatever reason, you are to facilitate them with the cash. The ATM has a limit, so he couldn't go to the ATM. It's a lot of money to withdraw, and it could have been for anything. Heck, he could have been putting a down payment on the house. He could have been putting a down payment on the car. Excuse me. He could have been buying somebody a car. All I know is that was messed up, and yes, I know some people are like, well, it's extreme that you got to get their job. She didn't do her job. I worked in a bank before. So this is someone talking to you who worked in the bank. You need to verify the information. You need to verify who you're talking to. Whether it's a phone call, face-to-face, whatever. You need to verify. The fact that she did not verify and then decided to escalate the situation to a level of dangerous proportions, someone could have not went home that day because your feelings were hurt. And the manager should also be fired, because the manager should have came out and said, okay, if you're feeling some type of way, let me come out and see what's going on. And then the manager should have asked her questions like, well, did he identify himself? Did he do this? Did he do that? Was it his card? Okay, well, let me check it out. Let me come out. Like, hey, we're going to be a couple minutes. Can you pull down your mask real quick so I can see your face? I just want to make sure. This is, a lot of money in one shot. We want to make sure everything's okay. Sorry, standard procedure. And then he could have went on about his day. Now you're in the news. So no, both those people need to be fired, needs to be done with, and that bank needs to be sued, because I'll tell you this right now, that was me. Oh, and I'm not somebody who's a rich Hollywood person. Oh, I bet you I'll sue you to the point of I ain't got to work. I don't know. Somebody, if you got a counter argument to this, you tell me. Because from the situation I just displayed to you and from the experience of working in a bank, this was handled all types of terrible. I am the geek protagonist. You stay safe, you stay healthy, you stay real. Wakanda! I'm glad he was able to go home after this craziness. See ya.